It's a keepsake that Lily Packer has held on to since she made it in her senior year at Forest Hill High School in 1963. There's a modern educational edifice where her school used to be. When she went there, it was K through 12, all in the same building. And students got to do things back then they don't get to do anymore.
I drove a school bus my senior year.
And the class of 63 had a grand total of 83 students in it. And Lily got an idea from a quilter who lived across the street from her to create a unique souvenir of their senior year. Well, the first thing she did was passed out a square of cloth to each of them.
Got everybody a little square. They signed their name, and then I embroidered it, and then I sewed all the blocks together.
Lily created a class quilt, but it was much later before the signers ever saw it.
Probably the 10th reunion.
And the quilt has been at every reunion of the Forest Hill class of 63 ever since, including the 60th reunion a little earlier this year. You know, by now, 60 years after high school, a little over a third of the class has passed away, and Lily kept up with those over the years as she got word and sewed a heart or two on the names of those who died. The first was a young man who passed away just a few years after graduation. That first one is a shock. And then there's a heart for a young man who died in Vietnam. Nobody died from COVID in their class. But all of the chapters that we go through in life, graduation, college, marriage, kids, grandkids, it's the death part that's the hardest.
Oh, it's tough. It really is, because we were such a close group of folks.
Of course, none of that later in life stuff was remotely on Lily's mind when she had her classmates sign those blocks of cloth. Now the resulting quilt is a memorial that, among other things, reminds us all, as well as themselves, that they were here.